Moa says, "Hi Luke, how's the weather in New York? Is it snowing there?" We would say, "What's the weather like in New York?" Or, "How's the weather?" Very common question, right? What's the weather like? If you want to use like, you would say what. What is the weather like? Or, how's the weather? Those are equivalent. So New York is on the east coast of the United States, farther north. And so in the winter, we get a lot of snow, tons of snow. Well, it's not always snowing, but when it snows, it really snows. And in previous years, I've always felt very kind of satisfied because I've always worked from home. So I walk out on my balcony and I look at those poor, poor idiots after a big snowstorm shoveling their cars out. Because in New York, we have a lot of street parking. There isn't a lot of space, if you live in an apartment building like I do, for parking under the building. Some buildings have it, some don't. So a lot of people park on the street. So in the morning, people are getting up, shoveling, trying to get all the snow out. You might get this much snow, but then because these snow plows drive through, they push all of the snow like a mountain over the cars. And so there's even more from the snow plows. And I've always sat on my balcony and looked down at those poor humans smugly, laughing to myself. I don't have to deal with that. But then I recently started driving again, so now I do have a car parked on the street. And so now I'm the poor idiot shoveling. But the problem is I waited too long this most recent snow. So I wanted to go somewhere, but unfortunately my car was snowed in. And unfortunately, I waited too long, so instead of it being fluffy white snow that I could easily just shovel out of the way of my car, it was muddy, dirty ice blocks. It was solid ice. So I didn't have a shovel, so I had to go buy a shovel. So I bought a shovel for $15 from the corner store, and I started hacking away at the snow. It's not like snow. It's like ice, just a giant mountain of brown ice in front of my car. And within 10 minutes, the shovel had been destroyed, just shattered to pieces. Because I'm just trying to kill the snow, the ice rather. And so then I had to wait a couple days. I couldn't go anywhere that day. I got a new shovel from Amazon that was much better quality. I went out again, and I spent about an hour just smashing the ice. It took me an hour to clear it all away. I was so exhausted, and I thought, this is what I deserve for laughing at people over the last few years when I see them shoveling their cars out. This is karma. This is what I deserve for feeling smug in the past. And now they're probably looking down on me with a smug expression on their faces as they sip their hot cocoa. So I deserve it. But I got it out, finally. It's just not very convenient. And the lesson I learned is always shovel the snow immediately after the snow finishes so that it's easy to move around. It's still soft and hasn't turned to solid ice. A good lesson learned. Thanks for the question, Omoa. Guys, if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you could hit the like button. That would be most appreciated. Also, subscribe so that you can see future videos, you know when those come up. And also, check out my full courses on sale in the links in the description.